Hello, I'm Adrian Peck, entrepreneur and author of How to Fall Back in Love with Your Business, the Entrepreneur's Guide to Rediscovering Your Mojo and Enjoying Every Day by Living Your Dream. I'm also the founder and owner of Better Never Stops. We deliver business coaching and advice programs to entrepreneurs and business owners who run or want to run £1 million plus size businesses. Now, obviously at the moment we're going through a major crisis with the coronavirus that is having has or going to have a major effect on UK businesses. There's been various requests floating around for a cash flow forecast. So I've put together a cash flow forecast and a financial management tool that's set up on a Google Doc. To access all the documents I'm going to show you, if you just go to betterneverstops.global/cashflow forecast, and you'll be able to find all the links and tools on there. So let's just move on to the tool itself. Here is the Google Sheets. If I make this full screen so you can see it nicely. It's made up of 4 tabs. You've got a financial help tab, which is a checklist, which I'll take you through in a second. There's a cost expense calculator, a cash flow forecast tool, and a sales forecast tool as well. So let's just start with the financial help tab on here. This is very much a checklist, and you can go through, these are all of the actions I suggest you make to your business or take to your financials to help you get through this current crisis and hopefully out of the other side as well. So there's it's made up of 2 halves. The top part of this is stuff that you can do off your own back, and the bottom half are all in the initiatives that UK government has announced through its various different schemes, which I'll come on to in a second. So this top part have got a simple checkbox in terms you can say yes or no. So is it an option for your business to be able to do it or not? And you can go through it and kind of tick those off. So the first thing I urge you to do is go through and review all of your costs. Now these costs will be based on what you've been spending in the last few months, and also then what is likely to happen when your business shuts down or has shut down, and then also what those costs will be post the lifting of all of the current restrictions around movement of people and etc. So on your cost calculator you can simply enter all of your expense categories in here, or your overhead categories. I've put some in here already, but you can put your own in there. You can put what they currently are. You can then put in what your shutdown cost would be. So based that your business isn't running, what would they be? And then you can put in your post shutdown costs as well. So assuming that business goes back up and running, what would those costs be for your business? Now I would urge you to go through every one of your costs line by line to see what how you can reduce your cost in your business, and therefore reduce the financial risks on you as a business owner and entrepreneur. So that's the first step you can take. So if that's an option for you, you can go through that and say yes, that's an option. Once you complete it, you can say yes, it's complete, and you've updated the cash flow forecast. There you go, you've got 3 yeses straight away. The second step in here then is to speak to your current lending. If you've got any type of lending for your business, go and talk to them about a payment holiday and see what you can do around that. From what I understand, the finance houses and business banks are extremely open to those conversations. At the end of the day, they would rather you try to make some effort to reduce them down rather than stopping trading and them losing everything. So they are very open to it at the moment. The second part then is going to talk to your suppliers. What options have you got to extend payment programs with them? What options have you got to talk to them about taking some of that risk away from your business. And I would urge you, go and talk to your suppliers the sooner rather than later. Yes, they're going to be in the same boat as well, but you'll be, again, I'm sure they'll want you to carry on their business post this troubles as well, or these challenges. And that's the same thing for your customers. Go and talk to your customers. If you've got outstanding monies with them, go and have an open, honest conversation with them about when you're like to get that money in, and when you can put that into your forecast. And the last bit on here then in terms of activities you can do is about refinancing your current assets. If you've got any current assets in your business, what can you do about refinancing them to put some cash into your business? So the next sequence of activities are then, these are all the government initiatives that have been announced, the actions you can take to reduce the financial risk in your business. There is a great document that's been put together by a guy called Hamish Hamilton, which is a great name. He has put this document together. Again, I'll put links on it from the Better Never Stops website. It's kind of a spider graph. It tells you these are the different programs and options that are around, that are available for you at the moment. And if you scroll down to each of them, it drills into the detail of each one of those bits of support and gives you a bit more details and gives you the links to the websites and stuff that you can go off to and get some more information as well. This is an ever-changing beast. This is quite early on, and most of these initiatives were only literally, this is the 24th of March. A lot of these initiatives were only announced the end of last week, so it's very new and updating, and very fluid is the right word I think at the moment. But it gives you all the options you can do, and if you go back to your forecast, if there is an option for you, again you can put the yes or no in there, and then once you've managed to do it, you can say yes or no, and you can put the impact into your business. So there's the grant support, there's the employee wage support, which is the £2,500 or 80% of their wages. You can talk to HMRC about VAT, corporation tax. The UK government's already said that they are not going to take the next VAT payment as well, so that will be applicable, or hopefully applicable to yourself. Alternative funding, etc., etc. So they're all there that then link back to the document that Hamish has then done for us. So you can go through, click your yes and no's. Once you complete it, you can put your yes and no in as well, and update the cash flow forecast. So that's the financial help. Let's assume as well you've done the expense calculator and you've gone through that. The next thing is to go through and do the sales forecast. So again, you can download and put a name of all your customers in here, or you can put them in one block. But what are the likely impact or the incomes you could get from them from March, April, May, June, July, etc. You can do it one by one each customer, or you can put a block of customers, or you can put categories of customers in there. But I'd urge you to do it again line by line, put every bit of detail in there you can. At this point I'd do it net of VAT, so do it before VAT, and it will become apparent why I tell you to do that. So go through line by line, put them all in there, say net of VAT. So once you've done your cost and you've done your sales, we can then come on to your cash flow forecast. This is where the money really happens. So you've got on here all the way through to March next year. This whole table self-calculates. So once you put some information in, let's just make that full screen. Once you put the information in, it will then self-calculate through. So the first thing to do is to put your balance was at the beginning of March, or you can change the fields at the top and do it from April. You could just add it in there, for instance, and then start from this column here quite easily. So let's assume that you had £1,000 in your bank account on the beginning of March, and you expected sales from your sales forecast. You expected sales in there of let's just say it was £5,000 for instance. That will automatically calculate the VAT for you and put it in. Now if you've got any other money that's coming in, so perhaps you've managed to claim some money from the government, etc., you can put your money in there if you want to put any cash injections into the business. So what are the costs of sales? This is your normal cost of sales, which would give your gross profit. So let's just say that you're, I don't know, for every £10,000 you've got £3,000 worth of cost of sales. So in here, on that base, it'd be £1,500. And your overhead costs will come from your calculator. So what were your current costs that were calculated in this cell here? We can put those through to here. So let's say you had £1,000 of overhead cost. So you've now got net profit of 2,500. So you've now got, as you'll see from here, you've got £4,500 carries forward to the following month. Now it may be that you've got director's loan that you take out of the business. There may be some other costs you take. You might have to pay a VAT code or corporation tax. You may need to put these in future. At the moment they're put in there, but of course you can opt out of those. So like I say, the whole of this will self-calculate forward, and it will work out the coming weeks and months, and it will grow. So if we've done the same again, let's say April was going to be, let's say it's going to be £4,500. It's going to be a little less. And your costs are going to go down a bit as well. Your overhead's going to be the same. You can see that it's starting to self-calculate at the top and put all those numbers across. So whatever you put in here will self-calculate through, and it kind of gives you a good idea of what's going on. For that itself, if you're not that au fait with Google Sheets, you can download this as a Excel. You won't, so you download an Excel or any one of these formats as well as an open document format. Obviously that PDF you won't be able to do anything with it, but so you can do it in Excel on that. If you want to actually do anything in the copy itself that I send to you, you'll need to make your own copy. Make your own copy to do any edits. The version I've sent you won't allow it to edit, but you can make your own copy and edit from there. Okay, so that should have covered how to get to it, downloading it, and so forth. Let's just go back to here. So there's the web link again, betterneverstops.global/cashflow -forecast. That will get you to the page with it all. There are a load more free tools as well I've got on Better Never Stops. And go to free business tools. You can also get a free copy of my book on there. And if you want to reach out to me, it's adrian.peck@peckuk.com. And every week as well, we also do a Love Your Business.tv show for lots more helps and tips to help you through the current issues as well. So hopefully that's been really super helpful to you, and it'll help you do your cash flow and your financial management to get through the coronavirus. Like I say, better never stops, and stay safe out there.